Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all of our witnesses for being here. I want to start by thanking the Chairman, Senator Blumenthal, for his terrific work on these hearings. It's been a privilege to get to work with him. These have been incredibly substantive hearings. I'm really looking forward to hearing from each of you today. I want to thank his staff for their terrific work. It takes a lot of effort to put together hearings of these substance. And I want to thank Senator Blumenthal for being willing to do something about this problem. As he alluded to a moment ago, he and I, a few weeks ago, introduced the first bipartisan bill to put safeguards around AI development, the first bill to be introduced in the United States Senate, which will protect the right of Americans to vindicate their privacy, their personal safety, and their interests in court against any company that would develop or deploy AI. This is an absolutely critical, foundational right. You can give Americans paper rights, parchment rights, as our founder said, all you want. If they can't get into court to enforce them, they don't mean anything. And so I think it's significant that our first bipartisan effort is to guarantee that every American will have the right to vindicate their rights, their interests, their privacy, their data protection, their kids' safety in court. And I look forward to more to come with Senator Blumenthal and with other members who I know are interested in this. I think that for my part, I have expressed my own sense of what our priorities ought to be when it comes to legislation. It's very simple: workers, kids, consumers, and national security. As AI develops, we've got to make sure that we have safeguards in place that will ensure this new technology is actually good for the American people. I'm confident it'll be good for the companies. I have no doubt about that. The biggest companies in the world who currently make money hand over fist in this country and benefit from our laws, I know they'll be great. Google, Microsoft, Meta, many of whom have invested in the companies we're going to talk to today, and we'll get into that a little bit more in just a minute. But I'm confident they're going to do great. What I'm less confident of is that the American people are going to do all right. So I'm less interested in the corporation's profitability. In fact, I'm not interested in that at all. I'm interested in protecting the rights of American workers and American families and American consumers against these massive companies that threaten to become a total law unto themselves. Imagine, you want to talk about a dystopia? Imagine a world in which AI is controlled by one or two or three corporations that are basically governments unto themselves, and then the United States government and foreign entities. Talk about a massive accretion of power from the people to the powerful. That is the true nightmare. And for my money, that is what this body has got to prevent. We want to see technology developed in a way that actually benefits the people, the workers, the kids, and the families of this country. And I think the real question before Congress is, will Congress actually do anything? As Senator Blumenthal, I think, put his finger on it precisely. I mean, look at what this Congress did or did not do with regard to these very same companies, these same behemoth companies when it came to social media. It's all the same players, let's be honest. We're talking about the same people in AI as we were in social media. It's Google, again. It's Microsoft. It's Meta. It's all the same people. And what I notice is, in my short time in the Senate, there's a lot of talk about doing something about big tech and absolutely zero movement to actually put meaningful legislation on the floor of the United States Senate and do something about it. So I think the real question is, will the Senate actually act? Will the leadership in both parties, will it actually be willing to act? We've had a lot of talk, but now is the time for action. And I think if the urgency of the new generative AI technology does not make that clear to folks, then you'll never be convinced. And to me, that really defines the urgent needs of this moment. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I'm going to turn to